The Alchemist is a novel by Brazilian author Paulo Coelho. First, we will walk through a brief summary of book and will go through each parts. It tells the story of a young shepherd named Santiago who dreams of traveling the world in search of a treasure. He is encouraged to follow his dream by a wise old man, who tells him that the universe conspires to help people achieve their personal legends. Santiago sells his sheep and sets off on a journey to Egypt, where he believes the treasure is hidden. Along the way, he meets several characters who teach him important lessons about following one's heart, listening to the language of the universe, and trusting in the journey. Santiago also learns about the concept of the personal legend, which is the idea that every person has a purpose in life that they must fulfill in order to find true happiness and fulfillment. He also discovers the power of love and the importance of living in the present moment. In the end, Santiago realizes that the treasure he was seeking was actually within himself all along, and that his journey was not just about finding the treasure, but about discovering his true purpose in life. Overall, The Alchemist is a story about following your dreams, listening to your heart, and trusting in the journey. It encourages readers to have faith in themselves and their abilities, and to never give up on their dreams, no matter how difficult the journey may be. The Alchemist is divided into short sections rather than traditional chapters, and the book is structured into 3 parts. Part 1. Here is a brief summary of each section in Part 1 of The Alchemist. The Boy's Dream. The novel opens with Santiago, a shepherd boy from Andalusia, Spain, having a recurring dream about a treasure hidden at the base of the Egyptian pyramids. A gypsy woman tells him that this dream is prophetic and that he must follow it. The journey. Santiago meets a mysterious old man who claims to be a king, and who tells him that in order to fulfill his destiny, he must leave behind everything he knows and travel to Egypt. The old man encourages Santiago to follow his heart and listen to the omens of the universe. The Successor. Santiago sells his sheep and sets off on his journey. He meets an Englishman who is studying alchemy and is on a quest to find the Philosopher's Stone, which he believes will give him great power and wealth. The Shepherd. Santiago arrives in Tangiers, Morocco, where he is robbed and left penniless. He finds work as a shepherd and learns to trust his instincts and intuition in order to avoid danger and survive in a foreign land. The Alchemist. Santiago meets an alchemist who offers to help him continue his journey to Egypt. The alchemist teaches Santiago about the soul of the world, which is the essence of all things, and encourages him to continue following his heart. The Dreamer of Prophets. Santiago has a vision of the future, in which he sees himself as a wealthy merchant with a wife and family. He realizes that his dream of finding treasure is not just about the material wealth, but about fulfilling his personal legend or life's purpose. Overall, Part 1 sets up the main character's journey and introduces key themes of following one's heart, listening to the universe, and discovering one's true purpose in life. It also introduces some of the secondary characters who will play a role in Santiago's journey. Part 2. Here is a brief summary of each section in Part 2 of The Alchemist. The Caravan. Santiago joins a caravan crossing the Sahara Desert on the way to Egypt. He befriends an Arab woman named Fatima and becomes conflicted about whether to continue his quest for treasure or stay with her. The Desert. The caravan encounters several obstacles and setbacks in the desert, including a sandstorm and an attack by warring tribes. Santiago learns to communicate with the desert and the wind, and discovers that the universe will conspire to help him if he stays true to his personal legend. The Sacred Mountain. Santiago and the caravan arrive at a monastery near the pyramids, where Santiago meets an alchemist who offers to help him find the treasure. The alchemist teaches Santiago about the concept of the master work, which is the process of turning lead into gold, and encourages him to continue following his heart. The Alchemist. Santiago and the alchemist continue their journey through the desert, and the alchemist teaches Santiago several important lessons about alchemy and life. He also shows Santiago that the treasure he has been seeking is actually within himself. The Fifth Obstacle. Santiago is captured by a group of tribal warriors who threaten to kill him if he does not reveal the location of his treasure. He uses his knowledge of alchemy to convince them that he is a powerful sorcerer and manages to escape. The sixth obstacle. Santiago and the alchemist must cross a dangerous battlefield on their way to the pyramids. The alchemist teaches Santiago about the concept of universal language, which is the idea that all things in the universe are interconnected and can communicate with each other. The seventh obstacle. Santiago and the alchemist finally reach the base of the pyramids, where they are ambushed by a group of thieves. The alchemist offers to turn himself into the wind in order to scare off the thieves and protect Santiago. Overall, Part 2 is the heart of the novel and features Santiago's journey through the desert, where he learns important lessons about alchemy, the universe, and himself. It also introduces the alchemist, who becomes a mentor figure for Santiago and helps him reach his ultimate goal. Part 3. Here is the brief summary of Part 3. The arrival. Santiago arrives at the pyramids and begins to dig for his treasure. He is confronted by a group of men who beat him and steal his money. The procession. Santiago is taken to a nearby village, where he meets an old man who tells him about a dream he had in which a young boy found treasure at the base of the pyramids. Santiago realizes that his treasure was not actually at the pyramids but back in Andalusia, where he had started his journey. The alchemist. Santiago reunites with the alchemist, who teaches him one final lesson about the nature of the universe and the importance of following one's heart. The light of the full moon. Santiago returns to the desert and finds the treasure that he had been seeking. He is attacked by the same group of men who had beaten him earlier, but manages to escape with his treasure. The treasure. Santiago returns to Andalusia and finds the treasure where he had first dreamed of it, confirming that the journey was never really about the treasure itself, but about the lessons he learned and the person he became along the way. Epilogue. Santiago uses his treasure to start a new life, and reflects on the importance of listening to the omens of the universe and following one's personal legend. Overall, Part 3 brings the story full circle, as Santiago completes his journey and discovers the true meaning of his quest. It also reinforces the themes of following one's heart, trusting the universe, and finding one's purpose in life. The conclusion of The Alchemist is the epilogue of Part 3, which serves as a reflection on Santiago's journey and the lessons he learned along the way. The epilogue emphasizes the importance of following one's dreams and fulfilling one's personal legend, which is the unique purpose that each person has in life. Santiago realizes that his journey was never really about the treasure itself, but about the experiences, people, and knowledge he gained along the way. He also learns that the universe will conspire to help those who are pursuing their personal legend, and that the key to unlocking one's potential is to trust one's heart and listen to the omens of the universe. The conclusion of the book is a hopeful and inspiring message about the power of following one's dreams and discovering one's true purpose in life.